Hey Ryan,
Yes, Donna.
you know what I discovered a couple of weeks ago?
What did you discover?
Like asparagus, mucinex will actually change the way your pee smells.
Okay, and what does that smell like?
I was having a little bit of trouble pinning it down because it's kind of like black licorice, but not exactly. And then I figured out what it is.
What I like black licorice, so what is it?
Well, don't drink my pee, but it smells exactly like Jägermeister.
well, in Germany, don't they give Jägermeister to people that are sick?
Yeah, they do. It's like treated as cough syrup. But here in America,
It's a
like,
drink.
it's a fucking drink. What the hell is wrong with Americans?
Lots.
Lots, but don't drink my pee, okay?
No, that's gross.
Welcome to Coyote Tales. My name is Donna Shannon, also known as Donna Coyote in some circles. I pretty much have my permanent guest host here, Ryan Shannon.
Good morning.
Afternoon, whatever.
Whatever, where you're at, wherever you're from, good morning, good afternoon. Just in case I don't see you, good evening.
Yeah, yep. Oh, it's a movie quote.
It is a movie quote.
Oh.
No.
So, I just gotta say to you, crappy anniversary, honey.
Crappy anniversary, crappy anniversary, crappy anniversary, crappy anniversary, crappy. Okay, you all know what that's from, and if you don't, go watch it.
Yeah. So, it's the Flintstones, but not crappy anniversary, because that might have made Flintstones. I fucking hate the Flintstones so much.
I know you do. That's why I sang the song. Okay, so did you like the Jetsons at all? So there was an old thing I read on the internet years ago that since the Jetsons are up in not really in space, but they're up and there's a big fog cloud that separates them from the Earth, that actually Jetsons and the Flintstones are actually in the same timeline because the Flintstones are below the clouds and the Jetsons are above the clouds.
Oh, so that's why they both kind of suck.
That's why they both kind of suck. They're both by Hanna-Barbera.
I know, but it's basically the same plot line.
It is basically the same plot line, just one's in the future and one's in the past.
And one has a robot instead of dinosaurs doing all your chores. And they have a teenage girl and an older boy instead of babies.
Instead of babies.
But anyways, I digress. So why are we talking about anniversaries?
Well, because we had an anniversary that was like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, so we got married on Halloween.
Yes, we did.
And normally we do a lot with for our anniversary. People ask us the same thing. What are you doing? It's the same thing every year. It's scaring children. Yeah. But not this year because I got sick.
And I had a tooth I had a tooth pulled, so.
Yeah, you were recovering from oral surgery.
Yeah, I still got a hole in my mouth, but it's slowly getting filled.
No? Oh my goodness. So, but we have been married for 17 years now.
Has it been 17 years?
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. Wow, holy shit.
I know. And we have not killed each other yet. Woo! High fives all the way around.
Have we thought about killing each other?
Only when I'm having a psychotic break.
So... Okay, all right, next.
Nah, you're never on the list.
I'm just gonna...
Have some water.
Have some water.
Right. So anyways, I was thinking it might be helpful for our listeners today if we found some top 10 tips for successful marriages or long-term marriages. And then we'll share our thoughts.
That's my thought, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good idea since we've 17 years of sort of happy marriage sometimes.
No, it's been good.
For the most part, it's been excellent.
Yeah. Yeah. Nobody's been killed.
Maimed. Cut.
Nobody's sleeping around. Nobody got divorced. We don't tear each other apart. It's not a love-hate relationship kind of stuff like that.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
We stay together because we're happy and we enjoy each other's company.
Yeah, we're pretty compatible. So, looked up these things. There's one I thought that was really interesting, kind of like a quick thing, and then we'll get into like these two polar opposites I found. So, have you heard of the 2-2-2 rule for marriage?
No, what's a 2-2-2 rule?
So, it is going on a date night every 2 weeks.
We do. We sort of do that.
And we go out to eat once a week.
Yeah.
But that's because we like food.
I love food.
Spending a weekend away every 2 months.
Can't afford that.
No, we don't do that. We're usually too busy. I'm usually too busy.
Yeah.
Taking a week-long vacation away every 2 years.
We did that. We sort of did that.
We did that this year.
We did that this year. We went to Disney last year.
Yeah.
See podcast number something on the list.
Oh, so it's supposed to be a week-long vacation away with just us.
Oh, okay. Well, we were sort of us.
At times.
At times.
At times.
When you were fighting with Adam.
Yeah. Yeah. Or trying not to say shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, anyways, you'll get some really wild advice about these top 10 tips. So the first one I clicked on, I knew it was going to be bad.
Is this a Google search?
Yeah, Google.
Okay.
So this is all on my first page of Google. Your results may vary, but this is what came up for me. So the very first one comes from this website, Guideposts. Can you guess what kind of website it is?
No. Is it an adult website?
No.
Christian website?
Christian website.
Christian website.
So somebody who thinks I need to get some more God in my life. I don't know. Thanks, Google. Fuck you. Whatever. So their top 10 tips is, number 1, make a commitment.
Oh, okay. I can see that.
You got to commit to the marriage. I agree with that.
Yeah, I agree. It's a good,
Yeah.
Commitment's always good.
Yeah, don't bail just because it's easy to bail or to do shady shit,
Yeah.
Number 2, pray together.
Oh, my God. No. I mean, we used to pray together. Oh, God. Oh, my God.
We did that every Sunday morning.
We did for a long time.
Yeah. So, their advice, put God first, attend church together, read your Bible, pray together. It's the super glue. It's the best super glue in the world. I'm like, ugh.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Focus on each other, go on dates, blah-de-blahs. I'm not going to read all of these. Expect tough times. Well, duh. It's called life. Right? Cultivate kindness.
What the fuck does that mean?
Never say anything negative about your spouse.
Okay, no, I have an issue with that right off.
Those thoughts can take root in your mind. It's not a habit you want to cultivate.
So
I can see not saying shit to your face to create a fight.
I'm not going to do that, but if you're going to come and ask me, hey, does this look good on me? And if I don't think it looks good, sorry, I'm going to be sort of mean and say, no, it doesn't look good.
I think that's a little bit different than what they mean.
Is that different than that?
Yeah, I think their point is, don't go up to your partner and go, you know what, you really let yourself go. And
okay.
Yeah, I had a guy I was dating once, and we were actually living together. And this was when I I practically lived at the radio station. I wanted to live at the radio station instead of living with this guy, I'll tell you that for sure. He was a manipulative, horrible asshole. So one thing about radio stations, they always have free food around.
Yeah.
Especially the holidays.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, just, it's what happens in radio.
It happens in construction, too, so.
Yep. And so after the holidays, I had gained like 5 pounds. And so he said to me, you've gained so much weight, I don't find you attractive anymore. It's like, it's fucking 5 pounds. And I've never been a delicate flower. And
especially in the winter, you tend to gain more weight in the winter than you do the summer because you're inside.
Yeah, but that's a mean and manipulative statement.
That's a very mean statement.
Yeah. There's lots of reasons why he's a piece of shit. So.
Okay. And no longer in your life, and I am.
Yeah, exactly. Breathe free with hugs and kisses.
No.
Unless your love language is touch.
Well, my love language is not touch.
But mine is.
Yours is, that's true.
Yeah. And don't comparison shop. So don't look over the fence and think the grass is greener on the other side.
Yeah, because it's a cliff and you might just fall off and kill yourself.
Oh, and their final tip from the Jesus website, protect God's gift, your marriage.
I mean, if you could hear my eyes rolling, clink, 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 clink.
Yeah.
It's pretty bad.
But then, couple of other entries down on the same Google search, on the same page. This is from a website called scarymommy.com.
It says it's enough right there. There's probably a Karen in the background.
I don't know. It would be just... No, it wouldn't necessarily be a Karen. I think this is more like millennials probably advice.
Okay. I can see millennials.
And I'm going to point it out why, because it's going to come up real quick in their top 10 list. So, number one is your partner doesn't need to be your everything.
But the other one said...
Well, yeah, we'd be committed to your marriage and all the rest of this. But and they never said it had to be your everything. Their point here is, like, it's okay to have friends outside the marriage.
Which, I agree. I got my online wife, Leo.
Yeah, but then it gets weird, because it's like, it's okay to have a funnier friend than your spouse. It's okay to have a hotter friend than your spouse. A friend who likes the same stuff you like. Your partner can be perfect for you without being your everything.
Okay, then what does number 2 lead into?
Number 2 is actually a good one. Don't rehash old shit.
That's a good one.
I like that one. Here's number 3.
Okay.
That I was all like, what? This is why I think this is for our polyamorous, pansexual millennials. Give me freedom to get my dick wet wherever I want. Because number 3 is do what works for you.
So, okay, explain, please.
So the quote from the person who submitted this tip is, non-monogamy and being allowed to find love outside of marriage allows us to be good partners at home and enjoy our family together without heartbreak and disappointment or boredom.
So you've got one website, same page, that says love and honor our partner.
Yeah.
You got a completely different website, same page lookup, that says sleep around.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah. So,
well, I think it's so funny about this is that, okay, did you know, like, in the 90s, there were a lot of people who had open relationships and did swinger shit?
And that's why they're divorced today.
Well, not necessarily, but here's the thing, because we didn't necessarily talk about it with other people. So, now that I've been around, like, comics and stuff that are about our age,
yeah,
and they talk about that, and they're like, oh yeah, we did that too. I'm like, what the fuck? I thought I was the only one doing that in the 90s.
I guess I was pretty boring in the 90s. I didn't do any of that.
I was all like, I thought it was this huge taboo thing. And I was like, there's this weird drug addicted, alcoholic, sex addict weirdo to go to the swingers club every weekend with my partner at the time. And I guess not. Well, I guess it should have been the clue that
it was a club.
It was fucking clubs.
I guess I was so naive back then. I'm pretty naive. I didn't even think about it.
And there was more than one of them in Denver. So, yeah, I guess that should have been. There was enough of a customer base to support multiple businesses in this avenue.
All right, Kim, what's next on the list?
All right. So, anyways, I don't agree with this one. Not for me, for other people. But I've also seen people who are trying to practice polyamory still get hurt.
They get hurt big time because, I mean, I've seen the relationship where they bring in the third party and the third party, like, you know, we don't want any love. We just want the sex and stuff like that. But then they get in the relationship and it's like all of a sudden one partner or the third bias partner starts liking one of the partners and they don't want the third partner to be in. It's a
there's
mess.
there's also this thing too. There's like, I know a couple who do the polyamory thing and the female of the partner, the marriage, wants to, their thing for the polyamory is they're into chicks as well as guys. So the whole idea is let's find a third who's a female so that I can explore that side of my sexuality.
Which I could understand.
Yeah, but what often happens is they bring this other person in, and turns out after a few engagements, they're like, oh, I guess I really am straight.
Yeah.
And then they were only in it just to be with the guy. Oh, excuse me, I burped. To be with the guy in that whole scenario. So the female in the marriage always ends up getting hurt.
And isolated and
hurt. Isolated because, but then they also do have it rules within their marriage of it's like, hey, we're bringing in the third, you're for fun. And if you are going to try to like get all weird about this, you're fucking out.
Well, that's at least they have that rule.
They have that commitment. So but on the flip side, because it is totally open, if the guy is just like out and about in the world and sees somebody they want to hook up with, the rule is, oh, all I have to do is call.
Gonna go hook up.
I'm gonna call my wife and go, hey, I'm gonna hit this. Is that okay? And then she can't say anything because of the rules of engagement for their open marriage.
But then why can't she? Can she do the same thing? Hey, I like
in theory, but she's not good at picking up women, so it never happens.
Yeah. That's why I don't believe in that.
And also, she doesn't go out to like the gay bars or to hunt. She's not hunting.
Right. If that's what you want, do it, but...
I mean, if you're okay with your rules of engagement, but I'm sitting on the outside and thinking back to my past experiences when I was like and by the way, since I've been sober, all that bullshit stopped for me.
Imagine that.
Imagine that. I know sometimes it makes you nervous because you know my history.
Yeah.
And I have to tell you and reinforce it. Because sometimes you get a little bit self-conscious of it. And I'm like, no, seriously, I haven't done any of that shit since I've been sober. And I was in a marriage. I was in a marriage that was the open marriage when I got sober. And, that just stopped for us too. So until he died, we were faithful.
Right, after,
yeah.
It took sobriety for you to get there, though.
Right. No. So anyways, that's enough about that. And it's like, oh my God, if I ever thought about like, if we were like, got to that point of like, hey, you can do whatever the fuck you want. I think I would hate having to find other partners because it's like now I'm old and fat and lumpy and I have a broken vagina. It's like
I'm old and fat and falling apart.
I can't even imagine the anxiety of taking off my clothes in front of like a new partner. And it's like, oh, sorry for the saggy tits and the giant nipples. Yeah.
And I'm done.
That's okay. I think we should add this into our top 10 list for our tips.
Okay.
All right, we'll get to this, but
okay.
But don't let me forget. We have to have this one. Come back to the sexual thing.
Come back to yeah. Okay.
All right. So back to the scary mommy list. Their number 4 is laugh together. Obviously, we do that. Pick your battles.
Yep, I do that.
Yeah, we do that. But sometimes we need to fight about things to get it out. I would change that into don't be scared to fight sometimes.
Sometimes you gotta fight to get it out because I'm the kind of person that holds on to stuff and then explodes.
Yeah. And I'm oblivious because I'm just like a freak like that.
Yeah.
That unless you express your opinion extremely strongly, I'm going to find ways to do what I want, which is not the best. So I'm sorry about that.
But I'm sorry for blowing up.
Yeah. Hang in there. Life is not all rainbows and unicorns, but there's no one else I'd rather navigate life with. Oh, hey, that one is sweet.
Yeah, but
I like that one.
All right, I'll give you that one. Return the.
Are you re-eating your puke?
Yeah, I'm re-eating my puke.
Be bored. It's okay to be bored sometimes.
Okay, yeah, well. So, what do you want to watch? I don't know. What do you want to watch? I don't know. What do you want to watch? I don't know.
Yeah.
I picked last week. No, you didn't. I picked last week. Yeah, it's okay to be bored.
Yeah. And it's okay to go to bed angry sometimes. All right.
Yeah, but we don't go to bed angry that often.
No, we really
because our
don't.
schedules are so. We'll go back and we'll get to that in a second.
Yeah. Okay. So there we go. That's what I found online. Enough of that.
Enough of that.
So shall we get into our top 10 list?
Yes.
All right. So these are our thoughts of what we've seen to be successful in our 17-year marriage. And the number one thing is go to a different floor in your house to poop.
Yes, especially when you've had stomach issues and other issues.
Or a lot of Indian food.
If you know you're going to have a struggle and a smelly poop, go to another floor.
Yeah. Yeah, because you got trapped.
I did get trapped. I was helping Donna with something. And
You were up here in my office, and I had a fart, and I didn't know it was going to be that bad, because I could feel things brewing. And not only did it smell like shit, it smelled like Jägermeister and shit.
Like Jägermeister and shit, and it was disgusting.
You ran out of the room.
I could taste it.
I mean, not only did you run out of the room, you ran downstairs.
I ran downstairs. I don't run much, but I ran downstairs.
Yeah, it was.
And sometimes the candle doesn't, or the sprays in the candle doesn't work, because then it just smells like shit and flowers.
Yeah,
somebody shit and vanilla.
Yeah, somebody shit in the flower garden. So, yeah. And if your house doesn't have different floors, you only have the one bathroom, good God, do whatever you can. Is at least, it's about respect,
It is about respect.
Yeah. So, and then, okay, let's talk about number 2.
Okay.
Which is the
We just talked about number 2.
So, your infamous saying.
This was an 80-year-old man when I worked at King Supers years ago. There's 3 phrases every guy should know. It's, yes, dear, you're right, dear, and I love you.
God, I think this is so condescending, but you know what? It's your number one piece of advice. So.
It is a number one, and a lot of people do it, and it sounds horrible, but sometimes it works.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, well, let's leave that one there.
Okay, Donna does not like these sayings.
I don't like that one.
Why not?
It's old school advice, and it's like, it falls into that category of, don't really think about it, just happy wife, happy life kind of stuff. And I don't want you to just bend and kowtow to me just because we're like having an intense moment. I'm sorry. Even if you don't know what you're apologizing for, it's like, no, let's talk this shit out. But conversely, one of the other lists that I looked at but didn't do anything about, it was for a women's page, and she was basically giving her advice on how to keep your man. And her number one piece of advice was, stop talking and listen.
All right, that's bullshit.
Well, because, and then her explanation is like, as women, we talk way too much. And also splurge and go spend a lot of money on a really nice haircut and clothes every now and then so that you're all sexy and special for your man so he doesn't get tempted to sleep around. I'm like, oh, fuck you and your old school 50s advice. Get the fuck out of here.
Well, you gotta remember, this guy was 82 when I was probably...
This is true. That's why it's old school advice.
It's very old school advice. I mean, he also came up with the saying, Ryan, at my age, a BM is better than sex.
Yeah.
So, he's an 81-year-old probably talking to a 19, 20, 22-year-old guy.
Yeah.
And we just got to talk to him, and that's, advice. I know it's old school advice, but sometimes it's still practical today, and I hate to say that.
This is true. It's definitely better than hey, go sleep around.
Yeah, it's definitely better than sleeping around.
Yeah, go get some strange.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Okay, so that's your number 2. Number 3, which we saw a lot of this past week. If you are sick, go sleep in another room.
Yes.
Because I would get these. I had a cold that developed into bronchitis, which means coughing, hacking, crapping all the time.
All the time.
And it would be really bad when I lay down to go to sleep, and it would wake you up.
Yeah.
So I ended up sleeping most of the week downstairs in the recliner.
Right. Because you would try to sleep upstairs and you'd start coughing and I'd get up and to go downstairs and then you'd say, I'll just go downstairs, and you would go downstairs.
Yeah. But also with the bronchitis, it was easier to sleep.
Sitting up
a little
in the
bit.
recliner.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. A little elevated. But seriously, I mean, if you're just making the other person miserable and you have the space in your house, like we have this whole spare bedroom.
Yeah.
Then number 1, it's courtesy that they get their rest, but also maybe they won't get sick.
That's the other thing is I get when you had all the shit, I did not get it. Knock on, Formica or whatever that is. But yeah, I did not get sick.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's that. Along with those lines, number 4, respect each other's schedules.
Oh yes, because my schedule is totally foobar.
Yeah. So Ryan goes to bed between 7 and 7:15 at night.
And I'll watch videos between, and jump online and watch videos. So I go to bed between 7:45 and 8.
Mm-hmm.
But I get up around 3 a.m. to 3:30 a.m.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because part of it's your work schedule, and now you're also trained to it.
Yeah, I've been doing it for so long.
Yeah, and I'm a night owl.
And she is definitely a night owl in it. And you go to bed at sometimes midnight, then you'll wake up at 9, and that's 6 hours I've been up alone. So
yeah,
respect the schedule.
Yeah, and it's just kind of recognizing each other's differences.
Yeah, and not every relationship you're gonna be paired perfectly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. My number 5 is do things together, but also have outside interests.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Because there's those things we bond together, like Avalanche games.
Yeah, Avalanche games and
horror movies.
Horror movies and TV shows. Lately, it's been all TV shows. We haven't watched a whole lot of movies.
Yeah. Because your schedule.
Because my schedule, yeah. Donna, I get off work at 2:30, and Donna gets off at work between 5:30 and 6, and sometimes it's hard to get a movie in there when you're cooking dinner.
Yeah, exactly.
Respect the schedule.
Yeah. But also, I'll go to, like I was at an open mic last night.
Right.
And it started at 9 o'clock. I was home by 11. And I didn't ask you to come and watch me do 5 minutes at an open mic.
Right.
I was actually talking to one of the comics outside about that and saying, I've been married for 17 years. And he's like, well, it's good that he's supportive. I'm like, well, he doesn't come to everything. He's like, well, I saw him at, this was my headliner in September in Pueblo.
Oh, okay.
And he's like, well, your husband came down to Pueblo with you that show. I go, yeah, most of the time he does. I don't require him to. He's all like, oh, why? I go, because he sees the jokes all the time. And it's like, even when the first year, when I was doing the private shows with Ron Ben Joseph, the show itself was the same. So I did not require you to come to every fucking show to watch me do my same 20 minutes.
Right.
And Ron do his same 40 minutes.
Yeah.
But
the thing is when I did go to the shows, they were entertaining, but there wasn't enough variety, and that's one of those. Sometimes you got to. Sorry, I'm just.
How many times can you see the same show in a year
and keep it funny and entertaining?
Yeah, and not to mention it also is always later at night.
Right.
Shows are starting at 7:30. You've already gone to bed.
And if I do want to go to the show, I got to prep myself and take a 1 to 2 hour nap after work, and sometimes if it was a hectic day at work, that 1 to 2 hour nap is not happening.
Yeah. So that's why,
But if you ask me to go to a show, it's like, hey, this good comics coming. Yeah, I'll go.
Mm-hmm.
Not every time, but yeah, I'll go.
Yeah. But also, you have your own interests, too. It's like you spend hours a day playing video games, and I don't play video games at all.
Yeah, and I play board games, and I play video games, and I watch stuff, and I went hiking. Here's another story. I went hiking with your son on Saturday. Mm-hmm. He almost killed me. It turned into a 3 mile hike, or 3 or 4 mile hike, and it was brutal. Mm-hmm. And we didn't even think about asking you because he wanted to spend time with me and talk to me.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I love this next one. Number 6.
Okay.
Have a secret language.
We do have a secret language.
so people are going, what the fuck does that mean? Can you explain it, or do you want me to?
Go ahead. You explain it. You do it better because I just know the quotes.
Okay. So, we do have a secret language, meaning that we can be in a room with somebody and totally be talking shit about them, and they won't realize it because we're talking in movie quotes.
We do use a lot of movie quotes because I'm a huge movie fan, and Donna's a huge movie fan.
And it not only is it just the quote from the movie, and the people will be like, oh, that's so funny. That's from Spaceballs or whatever. Yeah. But it's like the context. We can say a lot to each other
without actually saying a lot to each other.
Yeah.
Everybody move!
Yeah.
Would be an example.
Right. Like we were in the Oddities Fair a couple years ago with your sister, and it had blown up. It was huge. It was super, super crowded. Yeah. And you were just like fucking over it.
Because I'm an introvert. I don't like big crowds.
In the first 20 minutes that we were there, it was not going well. Because we also went to the most busiest aisle first. That was dumb on our part.
And we always do that.
Well, not always. It was because the closest to the bathroom. Gotta poop.
Yeah. Respect the poop schedule.
Respect the poop. And then we just, out the bathrooms, went where everybody else was.
Right.
But there's you with the everybody move statement means like, oh God, Ryan's about to blow his top. I gotta get him somewhere with less people-y.
And once we got out of that aisle, I sort of was able to calm down and focus myself.
Yeah.
But it took a while.
People do act shitty at the Oddities Fair.
They do at the Comic-Con and Comic-Cons and Oddities Fairs, and because they have their own agenda too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. So there's that. Along those lines, number 7, you have to wait to watch your shows together. Okay, not all your shows, but if there's something like you're watching this series together, don't entertainment cheat on your partner. Go binge watch the rest of them, and then they have to catch up later. Because, alright, and here's the reason why I say this. Ryan watches a lot more TV and shows than I do because you can actually, at your work, watch shows.
Well, I don't watch them. I listen. So at work, I do a lot of shows that I've seen a couple times. Mm-hmm. So that if I get busy, it's still background noise. Mm-hmm. But there's stuff that I know you don't like. Example, you don't like Daredevil.
Yeah.
Period.
No.
I know you don't like Daredevil. We tried watching one. You didn't like it, so I watched it without you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Or cowboy movies.
Yeah, cowboy movies, except for there's a few Donna likes.
Yeah, the stupidest ones.
Cowboy and Aliens, Unforgiven.
Cowboys and Aliens. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, whatever. Digress. But if we're watching a series together, skip forward. Yeah, don't skip forward. Yeah. And, especially because I don't spend as much time watching TV because I work a lot and whatever. So anyways, number 8, very sage advice. Do not plot to kill each other.
Yeah, I don't plot to kill you. You're never on my list.
Yeah, you're not on my list.
Yet.
Yeah. Much more inclined to kill myself than to kill you.
Yeah.
Just, that's the psychotic breaks. But, this was actually one that my dad, when he recently got divorced from his wife of 30 years, the kind of nail in the coffin of the marriage was when she admitted to him that she was thinking about killing him.
If it gets to that point, you're married, sometimes you just gotta leave.
Yeah, and it's not one of those things like, oh, I am so mad at you, I could just kill you. She's all like, I thought about picking up rat poison at the store today.
And putting it in your food.
Yeah, that's when he came up here. She's like,
yeah, I gotta leave for a bit. Oh, I will say something on that. If you do get in a fight, this is not killing you, but this probably not even. If you do get in a fight and it's getting to be a very heated fight and one partner is leaving, like get into his car and wants to drive away, he or she, don't follow him out and let him go to calm down.
Yeah.
Because there was one time that you and it was a bad fight. And I got to my car, I left, and I got to the car, and you followed me out. And I rolled down the window, and you started talking, and I'm like, I think this is the time you should just turn around and go back inside. And you looked at me, and you went, yep. And you turned around and walked back inside, and I went to Walmart.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So if the person needs to leave the situation because it's getting very heated, let them leave, and you can hash it out later.
Yeah.
Because everybody's going to calm down.
Yeah. And without saying, don't lay hands on your partner.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. If physical violence is going on,
There's
get the fuck out.
And yeah, mental violence is bad too.
Yeah.
But, yeah. I often say, I'd rather have the shit beat out of me than to be mentally beat up.
Mm-hmm.
I can heal with some scars. It makes me look cool.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah. I don't think I'm emotionally abusive. I hope not.
I can be, and that's a problem that I'm working on.
I am not really.
I yell at you a lot.
Not really.
Not you directly. I yell about the situations.
Yeah.
And sometimes I bring work home and fight.
That's different. I mean, I can recognize the source on that.
Family.
Yeah. Very, very different than the real abusive relationship I was in. Yeah. Totally different. Totally different. Okay. So, let's talk about number 9.
What's number 9?
I said I was going to talk about sex things.
Yes.
So, you got to be willing to explore each other's kinks.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. I think this is one I could do better because
we both could do better.
Yeah. So with exploring kinks, that means you got to talk about what you want.
Yes.
And I have a hard time with that.
I think we both do, and that's sometimes where we struggle.
Yeah. Yeah. But also, I'm way kinkier than you are.
You're way kinkier. All right, what's number 10?
So, it's like maybe we do need fascination gift cards to each other for Christmas.
I already got your Christmas present.
I already got your Christmas present too. And I got you really epic shit this year. And I'm like, oh my God, it's so hard not to give it to you early.
Well, don't give it to me early. You just have to sit on it and wait.
I know, but it's all like, I just bought it. I want to see your face. So this is how you can tell we've been married for 17 years. It's all like, it's not, oh, I got this laundry. I can't wait to see your face. It's like, no, it's like,
I got you still.
I got you fucking Legos or whatever, and I can't wait to see your face. But then again, we started our relationship on Legos.
We started on toys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not adult toys.
Not adult toys. Lego toys.
Yeah, because it was our very first date.
Yes, it was.
And I was trying to prove to you how big of a nerd I was. Because I was all like, I am such a nerd. I have a whole bunch of Legos, but they're mint in the box. You can't open them and play with them. And you said...
I don't remember what I said.
You said, why don't you come over to my house? I'll let you play with my Legos.
So that's another reason why marriage is good and strong.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So... I guess now it's a list of 11 tips because I added the kinky one in there.
Okay.
All right. So number 10 is honesty.
Be honest.
And this means if I'm like trying on clothes, I'll ask Ryan, does this make me look fat? And he goes, yes.
Yes, I will say, yeah. And unfortunately, sometimes it's frustrating because I'm going to say yes. I do it at work all the time. It's like, you want my honest answer, you're going to get my honest answer. I'm sorry, that's who I am.
Yeah, but some of it's a little bit disappointing because it's like, there's one sweater that I like to wear a lot, and it has a belt that comes with it. And I'll put on the belt, and you shake your head like, no, you got to lose the belt.
All right.
So it's like, fuck. I can never wear like cool Renaissance belts or things like that with the other tunic that I got, because it's like, oh no, it's just putting the big line around the big fat belly, whatever.
Muffin top.
Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't muffin top, but
no, it doesn't muffin top.
But I can't wear belts. No matter how fun they are.
You can.
But you'll tell me I look fat.
Not all the time. If you don't.
But every belt I've tried.
Oh, shut up.
Would you rather have me looking fucking fat and awful?
I'm going to drink some water here.
Oh, I thought you were going to say, I love you.
I can't really say, yes, dear, I love you, and you're right. That does not work in that situation.
The I love you does.
I love you.
All right, so now our new number 11 is laugh at your own stuff, even if your partner doesn't.
And God knows we do that a lot.
I do that more than you. I always laugh at my own jokes.
Yes, you do. I laugh at my stuff, too.
Yeah. But if you're trying to, like, riff like it's a comedy routine, I just go like, huh? I go, no, you're the straight man. You can't do that.
I try to be funny. I'm funny sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Funny looking. No, I shouldn't talk. I'm way funnier looking than you.
All right. Anything else? Any other marriage advice?
I don't think... that's the end of our list.
That's the end of our list.
That's the end of our list. So maybe if our listeners are so inclined, they could add wings to their own list.
Yes.
Both good and bad.
Sometimes you gotta fight.
Yeah, sometimes you do have to fight.
But then you hug and kiss and make up later.
Yeah. But have decent rules of engagement.
Yes.
Yeah, because there's like the one of don't rehash old shit. I don't.
I try not to.
Yeah, that's one of those chick things where like that whole stereotypical they never forget and we'll bring it back up. I don't do that. I don't think I do that.
No, we don't.
Yeah.
Some things they're not rehashed, but they're not resolved.
Yeah, but that's different than me saying, like, remember that time 10 years ago when I asked how does this sweater look and you said I looked fat? Well, just fuck you for saying, I don't even know. I can't even do this well because I don't do that.
Because we don't do it.
I don't do that and, or whatever. I can't even think. You would have way more to rehash on me than that.
But we've resolved it. We don't.
No, your shit is like, remember that time when your son lived with us rent-free for a year in 2020? That's it. Yeah, you've got the arms. I don't.
But I don't do that, do I?
Only when it's warranted.
Okay.
Because that's the other thing. It's like, try not to manipulate your partner too much, because we are dealing with a situation like that right now.
Yeah.
That fucking condo, which I thought was going to be a great investment, but I was also doing it to try to help out my dad, and I just like the idea of being an investment property owner, and I did manipulate you on that one, and I'm still making amends. And if anybody wants to buy a beautiful 2-bedroom condo in Lakewood, Colorado, please contact us immediately. Oh, he's not saying shit. You know this one's bad when Ryan just says nothing. He's not even saying I love you.
All right, and for our next podcast.
Yeah. So anyway, be willing to make amends when you're wrong.
Yes, I agree. 100%. That's number 12.
Yeah, that is a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm trying to make amends. And just sometimes got to recognize some bigger faults are going to take a little bit longer.
Oh, I understand that.
Yeah. Yeah. And don't create new ones.
Yeah. Try not to create new ones.
Yeah. I will say that's the best part of being in a 12-step program. And just other standards anyways, is that there's many things that I would never do because I would hate to go and have to make amends. So it's like, you never have to worry about me sleeping around on you because I would hate to make amends about that. Seriously.
Yeah, I can see that. Definitely see that.
Mm. Yep. But it was funny standing around outside the bar last night. Everybody's like passing joints around and I'm like, nope. And I'm like, you know why? I have so many jokes about being sober. I don't want to lose my material.
You can't. Well, yeah, because you have one little slip up and all those jokes about sobers.
Yeah, I'm not going to give up 24 years of sobriety and 10 minutes of comedy material.
That's true.
Priorities.
All right.
So we've gone quite a long ways today. Hopefully, our listeners have gotten some really good ideas for their own marriages, long-term relationships, whatever the case may be. Put it in the comments. What are some of your top 10 tips for your long-lasting relationships or getting, I don't know, short-term relationships, whatever. I can't even relate to that. But, yeah. And if you like what we do, give us a like, give us a follow. We actually have, as you found out, gotten 5-star reviews on Spotify now, right?
Yeah, one of them could have been me.
Shh, don't tell them.
I was erased.
Don't tell them that.
Yeah, okay. It wasn't me. There's my Jedi mind trick for the day.
All right, there you go. All right, so until next time, I'm Donna Shannon. This is Ryan Shannon, and we'll catch you next time.
See ya.
Donna Shannon's Coyote Tales is a production of Coyote Visions Productions and is hosted by Donna Shannon. Ugh, nothing redundant about that. Theme music is Coyote Strut by James Ney. All other music is ethically sourced and licensed from sounddogs.com and epidemicsound.com. And we paid for it, I swear. We can provide receipts if necessary. All the stories you've heard are true. Only the names, events, and facts have been changed for our own amusement. In the immortal words of Obi-Wan, so what I told you was true from a certain point of view. Find all of Donna Shannon's website and social media links at Linktree. That's linktr.ee/Donna Shannon. Follow us and find out all about upcoming shows and live performances. Now go out there, enjoy life, and grab some tales of your own.